You're just gonna put your mozzarella cheese on top of your meats like this. And today we're gonna be making something very special and dear to my heart as a kid, but we're just gonna make it a little bit better. My parents used to make this when I was a kid because we were not the most well-off family, and this allowed us to really enjoy pizza without really enjoying pizza. They just use pepperoni and stuff like that, but these are pizza quesadillas, and these are to die for. And these just bring back a lot of good memories. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's very easy to make and super simple. So we're just gonna go through the steps. You're just gonna put some mozzarella cheese on the sides of everything, as you can see. Perfect. And some on the edges if you want some crispy cheese. Now, the heat's running up. We're gonna let this cook a little bit more. As that's cooking, we're gonna season our food. I use oregano. Just like that. Make sure you season it. Perfect. I use some basil. And I'm making a very special edition. It's called Meat Lover one. So I use 3 types of meats. I use ham, salami, and pepperoni. Good amount of each one, but if you don't have any of these, you can make it with one. I'm gonna add Parmesan cheese to it. Perfect. And that's gonna cook down a little bit more. I turned up the heat. And as you can see, it's sizzling. And this is what you want to do. Now, I'm using regular tortillas. Flour tortillas are the best tortillas for this. You can use any type of tortilla you want. I do not recommend corn. Corn doesn't just do well. It doesn't have the same type of texture as these tortillas. As you can see, everything starts to cook down a little bit. Now, we're gonna get a tortilla, as you can see here. Once it starts melting and oiling up a little bit, you're gonna move it to the side right here. Perfect. One more tortilla right here. Perfect. Now, you're just gonna smash it down so everything starts getting ooey and gooey, and we're just gonna let this cook down a little bit. And we don't use any oil because the natural oils from the meats and the cheese started binding everything together and started oiling up the grill, as you can see there. You can use a stove when you're making this. I just like to prefer a grill because it really gives it that nice and super easy to make everything. So I do this little spiral right there, as you can see, where the cheese get going, everything's melting, everything's crisping up. And we'll get back when I flip these bad boys in. And flip that bad boy. Look how beautiful that is. Some loose pepperonis came out. You can eat that as a snack. But look how everything combined nicely. Now, one more time right here. Perfect. And this is what you want. Crank up the heat if you want it toastier, but I don't think it should be too toasty. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add one more layer of cheese into the center of each one. And you're just gonna sprinkle it on there. Perfect. Thin layers, everybody. And you can use pineapple if you want. You can make it a Hawaiian pizza. But this is just super easy, super fast. Your kids are gonna love it. And you know, if you can't afford pizza, you can just make it at home. And if you have these ingredients lying around, this is so easy. And you can make so many of these. And all you need is like a couple ingredients for this. And you have all these ingredients at home. Perfect. As you can see, I'm adding more cheese right there. Beautiful. Now, let me give you a quick tip. What you can do to make it heartier and to reduce to give it some more fluffiness and more size. What I like to do is I toast another tortilla, and you can guess what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna toast this tortilla at the bottom, get this really hot, nice and heated, and I'm gonna combine everything to show you the final result. Rolling. Action. Now that everything is toasted, getting toasty, don't worry about the cheese in the middle not melting, because when we combine everything, it's going to melt. So I put the tortilla right there. Then I get this bad boy, and watch this. And we just flip it on top. Look at that beautiful color. And now all you want to do is get a press. And you're going to press everything down. And this is like a super meat lover quesadilla. And it's absolutely amazing. If you don't have a press, it's okay. And look at that come together. Everything starts to melt down into it. And I'm going to show you when we slice this bad boy, it's absolutely going to be delicious. Ooh, sizzling. So here this is super toasty too. Look at the size of this thing. This is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to show you how I cut it. I use a serrated blade, like this bread blade. If you don't have one, you can use a regular knife, but it won't cut as well. But you can use a regular knife too. If you have a sharp knife, just make sure it's sharp. If you don't use a serrated blade, everything might fall apart, but it's okay. Be careful, it is hot, and do not cut yourself because you are impatient. But trust me, it is absolutely divine. Let me show you how I plate everything. But this is how I cut it. I like quarters rather than anything else. These are the meat lover quesadillas. Enjoy. Everything's melty and gooey. Look at the grease. Look at the oil. Look how delicious this looks. Oh my gosh. Enjoy. This is